Hello guys, it's Haley and welcome to another bookish video. Today, as you saw in the front sequence, I am starting a Christmas vlog and I'm so excited. I just finished my last stuff for my master's degree and saying that out loud feels crazy. But I'm taking the holidays off and a little bit of time off as I kind of transition from being a grad student to having a practice, which this just feels so cool to say out loud. But anyway, I have a lot of free time and I figured I would start this holiday vlog while I have time to make content for you guys and just do a bunch of fun holiday stuff and read a bunch of fun holiday books and take you guys along with me. Also, before we get into the books, I did just want to show you guys these nails. A subscriber sent them to me. She messaged me and she's like,
"Oh my God, I love your videos. Can I send you some nails?"
And I was like, queen, of course you can send me some nails. You know I'm down for the nails all the time. I was so excited to get these and y'all definitely need to check out her and her sister have a business together where they make these press-on nails and like these are hard as a rock attached to my finger. I could not pull them off. I'm very, very rough on my nails and they've been staying for such a long time now. So I am so just blown away with how beautiful these are. Their company is called Expressies, which that's adorable, and they're based in Canada, so I will link them down below. This isn't sponsored. They told me that I didn't even have to talk about it, but I felt like I needed to because the quality and the beauty. I'm definitely gonna place another order on there, so I'm very excited about my nails. But other than nails, let's get into talking about the books. If you watch my December TBR, I'll link it if you missed it. I talked about a ton of holiday-y, winter-y kind of books that I wanted to read. So I'm not gonna go over that whole TBR again. I'm just going to kind of mood read from that TBR and pick up what I want. And the first thing I picked up was What Light by J. Asher. This is a YA contemporary romance. And I actually read this back in the day, like when I was YA age. And I remember thinking it was really fun and festive and cute. And when I was on Gwen's podcast doing holiday book recommendations, I remembered that I had read this and that I enjoyed it, but I didn't really remember any specifics, to be honest. So I figured I'd give it a reread, but really this is like a first read. Like I literally remember zero. I had to read the back to even know what this book was about. And yeah, I am already halfway through. I just was listening to the audiobook while I was on my walk this morning, as you saw. And I actually got to the halfway point already. It's only like a 6.5 hour audiobook and I'm listening at 2 times speed. So I already know this is gonna be a pretty quick read and it is pretty stereotypical YA, but definitely very vibey for the holiday season. It's about a girl whose family owns a Christmas tree farm in Oregon, but to sell their Christmas trees during the Christmas season, not everyone in Oregon needs a tree. You have to travel a lot for their small town in Oregon to actually sell them. So they actually pick up and move to California for the Christmas season while they are selling trees, and our main character meets a boy there and they start this little romance, but they both know that it has kind of an expiration date because obviously she's going to be moving back to Oregon after the holidays. So it's really cute. I'm really liking it. Honestly, J. Asher's characters are not as annoying to me as majority of YA characters that I read. I actually can stomach his books. Like, yes, the dialogue is a little bit cringy, but that's just YA for you. And yeah, I really don't have a problem with the characters. The two things that bother me in this book so far, and the reason why I'm not like having a wonderful, perfect 5-star time, is number one, our main character's dad is super, super overly protective of her to the point where it feels like he is interfering in his teenage daughter's love life a lot more than he should. And I get it, it's like a stereotype, a trope of like this overprotective dad who just doesn't want to lose his baby girl, but like this man takes it a step too far. Like he won't even be nice or like cordial to this guy, and he like makes the guys who work at the Christmas tree farm, if they even talk to his daughter, he's like, oh, you're going to clean the bathrooms. Like, I get that's supposed to be funny, but to me it just seems like really misogynistic. Like, this dude is not her keeper. Like, just because that's her dad does not mean that she's beholden to what he thinks. I don't know. I just don't like those vibes. And then another weird thing is like the main conflict of the book, besides the long distance aspect, is that everyone in this California town is telling her,
oh, you shouldn't get involved with this guy. You don't really know about him. This like big traumatic thing happened a couple of years ago and he was a part of it, and like you shouldn't date him.
But the thing is so weird. And obviously I'm not gonna give spoilers, so like I'm not gonna give away what it is, but it is so weird. Like, I do not know how Jay Asher dreamed this up in his little head. Like, I just would never think of this. So it's definitely unique. It's not just like, oh, a guy with a mysterious past, and it's just like he got into a car accident or his parents are divorced. Like, it's actually like so odd, and I don't know if I could get past it, to be honest. So our main character getting past that, I'm like, hey, good for you, girl. Everybody's the person for somebody. Like, at least she accepts him, and he found someone who accepts him. But don't know if I would stick around after hearing that. But yeah, that's kind of funny. I don't know. I'm not really taking this book too deep. I'm just having a good little holiday time with it because the ambiance is really great, like I said. But for the rest of my day, I'm gonna be spending the day with one of my best friends. She is one of my bridesmaids. I've known her literally since middle school, so I'm super excited to see her. We're gonna be doing some holiday shopping, going to see some Christmas lights, getting some drinky drinks as I do. So let's go do that. Hello guys, I've had a very busy couple days, as you just saw from all of that B-roll. We went out last night, we went out yesterday actually, and then stayed out until 3 in the morning. Got back, slept, woke up, did our little errands we had to run today. Cameron got me some Christmas presents at Half Price Books, which was so nice. I cannot wait to read them, but of course I am not allowed to have them until Christmas Eve, so I can't haul them for you. But of course there will be a haul sometime after Christmas on my channel. And during that time, I did manage to get to the 85% mark. I actually only have 30 pages left in this book, so I'll definitely be able to finish it today and give you guys my final update either later tonight or tomorrow. But I am really liking it. It's cute, it's very YA. The only thing I'm really not liking is the dad. Like I talked about in my last update, he is still just like overbearing and annoying and has his own issues he needs to work out. He needs to go to therapy because that intergenerational trauma is really just yelling at me from the pages. Yeah, the conflict in this book is not like tropey miscommunication YA. It's like actually crazy. It's like, I don't want to spoil it, but it's like so weird. If you've read this book, you know what I'm talking about. So it is more interesting than like a typical YA. And that's kind of all I have for my update. I'm excited to see like how this conflict resolves, what comes out of it, and of course I will give you my final thoughts and star rating whenever I am finished with this one. And I will definitely be starting another one tonight after I finish this one up, so stay tuned for that. Now we're about to go to like a drive-in movie, but it's not just like in the dirt at a drive-in, it's like in the city downtown, so I'll try to show you guys some b-roll. Hopefully I remember to do that, and I'm so excited to just watch a Christmas movie and be cozy and eat snacks on the roof. So let's go. Hello vlog, sorry for the ring light reflection in the glasses. I just really wanted to stay up and update you again because I feel like I haven't been updating this vlog often, and it's just been a lot of busy b-roll, like not a lot of me talking to you. So I wanted to sit down and talk to you even though it's late. First of all, we had a blast at the drive-in movie. It was so fun. And then I came back and finished What Light by J. Asher. I ended up giving this one a 3-star. It's very, very average. Nothing you need to run out and pick up and read right now, but it was definitely a fun, atmospheric, cozy winter read. If you're looking for like wintry descriptions, this is a great one, but the romance was kind of weird. Some of the character dynamics were also kind of weird, and the ending cut off like very abruptly. Like it was no resolution really. Like I'm not mad at the way that it ended. It's just like the way that the ending was written. Like what actually happened, I don't have a problem with, but the way that what happened was written, it just felt very, very abrupt. So those are my thoughts on What Light. 3 stars. And I was thinking, because that was a YA contemporary, that next I would pick up a mystery thriller or a horror. And I was looking through my December TBR, and I remembered that on Kindle Unlimited I have The Visitor by Sergio Gomez, and I've been really wanting to get to this one ever since I read Camp Slaughter by the same author during Halloween. Oh my god, I love that book. It revived me when I was feeling sick and feeling like I was going into a reading slump. So I'm super excited to get back into Sergio Gomez's writing, and this is a super short novella. It's only 90 pages. It's about 5 people who are snowed in together at a rest stop diner during a blizzard. So they're all caught here, and they have a visitor that shows up and starts picking people off one by one. So the 5 people kind of have to band together, try to survive this slasher that's attack, or who knows, maybe the visitor is actually somebody among them. I don't know. I am feeling no exit with this one. I'm hoping it's going to be super fast paced and exciting after this kind of slower, more cozy book. I want something that's like flashbang, wow, blow my mind. So I'm going to pick up The Visitor. I'm going to try to read the whole thing tonight and maybe give you guys another update if you can stand this like very difficult ring light reflecting in the glasses situation. I'm sorry, I just cannot keep my contacts in for that long. I know it would look better for the camera, but listen, your girl is blind as a bat, and contacts hurt my eyes when I wear them all day. So that's what I have going on right now. I'm gonna walk my dogs and then start this new book. Hello guys, good morning. I had a pretty late night last night. I stayed up to finish The Visitor, and unfortunately, oh sorry if you can hear Mochi crunching on his little food in the background. I just like got up and walked them and fed them, so they're gonna be crunching throughout this entire clip probably. But yeah, I stayed up really late finishing The Visitor, and it was a little tough to get through, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely liked Cam Slaughter better. I ended up giving that one 4 stars. And for The Visitor, I'm gonna go ahead and give it 3 stars. Not saying it's a bad book. It was definitely entertaining for what it was. It was super fast-paced and gory, just like I was wanting, but it just put me out of my comfort zone, and it's not what I was expecting at all going in. It was more sci-fi horror than slasher horror, so I guess I just had my expectations wrong. But like I said, it's still super fast-paced, really great. The Christmas vibes were super, super fun. There was that wintry, snowed-in, isolated atmosphere, and I think I would have ended up actually liking it more despite having different expectations if the ending would have been a little bit more fleshed out and explained, if it was just expanded upon a little bit more rather than just cutting it off where it was, maybe adding an epilogue chapter, something like that would have made me like it more, because the ending, again, 2 back-to-back books where the ending was just very abrupt and left me feeling a little bit unsatisfied. But I really did like the overall atmosphere, and I really liked that there was a dog in the book. There's nothing to be afraid of as far as animal abuse or anything like that going in. If you don't like that in your horror, I'm the same way. I really don't like it when dogs get hurt. So without spoiling anything, the dog, you're good, you're good. Things happen, but you're gonna be fine. Overall, if you're looking for a short horror, Christmassy holiday feeling novella, this could be a good one. Definitely just adjust your expectations and go in with an open mind, because I feel like that is probably what limited my enjoyment of the book. As far as
Guys, stop it.
Mochi, no! We have a visitor who could not resist coming up here. Here's Mochi in his Christmas sweater. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, you just finished your breakfast. As far as the rest of my day, I am actually going to take grad pictures and go to a graduation dinner and try to get some YouTube stuff done in between that stuff. So should be kind of an exciting day, and yeah, I will see you when I see you. And I think the next book I'm gonna pick up and start is Dying for Christmas. Let me just go ahead and give you a little taste of what that's about before we go. So Dying for Christmas is a Christmas themed thriller. It's about a woman who is kidnapped, and leading up to Christmas, kind of like an advent calendar, every day she experiences this new gift, is the way that it's put in the synopsis, but I'm pretty sure it's like a horrifying gift. It's not a gift that you would want to receive. It's probably a form of torture, and she knows her kidnapper has something special planned for the 12th day of Christmas. Can she outwit him before it's too late? So I think it's going to be a kidnapping survival story with a Christmassy holiday feeling kind of vibe. I've never really read anything like this, but this is the perfect book based on the synopsis that I would want for this season. So I don't know. I'll let you know what I think when I get a little bit further into it, other than just knowing the synopsis. Hello vlog. As you can see, I've had a pretty chill morning. I just went on a walk and got some matcha with my friend, and I've been doing some stuff around the house, like editing videos. My wrap up is so fucking late, but it's fine. I've also been editing pictures, grad photos, brand posts, all of that stuff. It's been an eventful slash productive, but also really chill day. I'm not doing anything like serious. It's just like social media stuff. I'm so happy to not have work going on. And asked me if I read any of this book. I didn't, okay? And that's because when I was walking for hours, I was looking for an audiobook because I wanted to get a start on this book, and I scoured the entire internet, and apparently an audiobook for this one does not exist. But when I checked my Libby app, I saw that I had a hold come in for The Woods Are Always Watching by Stephanie Perkins. So this was not a book that I was planning on reading this month. It's not on my December TBR, but just so happened to get the audiobook, and I'm already halfway through it. It's really easy to read slash listen to. You don't need to pay attention like fully 100%. It's like a very basic plot. It is not hard to understand whatsoever. It is about two best friends who are about to separate and go different ways for college, and they're kind of processing what that means for their friendship, and they kind of have this one final camping trip that they're going to take together to bond before they become long distance friends. And this camping trip is just going wrong. There's some creepy things that happen out in the woods, and then it becomes kind of a survival situation at about the halfway point, and that is where I'm at right now. And it's actually doing a pretty good job of building tension and being kind of creepy. The story moves pretty fast. Like I said, it's really easy to read and flip through. However, the characters grate on my fucking nerves. And I already knew that was gonna be this way with this book. I read the first chapter of this one in my Try a Chapter video. If you missed that one, please go watch it. I feel like everybody's loving that video, and I've never done a Try a Chapter. Like, that was my first Try a Chapter vlog that I've ever filmed. So I'm glad you guys are liking it, and I'll definitely do it again. But anyway, yeah, that's what I concluded in that video, was that I'm not gonna like these characters, and I was right. They're both just so insufferable YA tropey teenage girls, and it's really hard to even tell the two girls apart, even though they're like vastly different. The way that they talk is so similar, and the way that they think is so similar, that it's like I'm constantly getting them mixed up. But the plot itself is really not bad. So that is where I'm at with that random addition to this video. I'm gonna try to start physically reading Dying for Christmas at some point today though, because I really am excited to get into this one. This plot sounds really good. So these are the reads we have going right now, and I am going to do more things tonight. I don't know why this is like the busiest week of my life, but hopefully you guys are liking like the Christmas in Austin content. So yeah, we're gonna go see an outdoor Christmas movie that they're having at like a restaurant down the street from me, and then we're gonna go to yet another Christmas bar, because how many have I been to already this year? 3, 4 apparently isn't enough. So I'll take it along with me, and when I have an update, I will update you. Hello vlog, it is the next morning, and I am happy to report that last night after we got back from the movie, I ended up finishing The Woods Are Always Watching. And boy, do I have an update for you. I don't want this to turn into a rant review, but It might, because this was a 1-star book. If there ever was a 1-star book for me, this is it. We basically finally got to the confrontation with the person in the woods that we're supposed to be fearing this whole time, this like evil presence in the woods. And obviously I'm not going to give away who or what it is or how they're connected to the girls, but I will say it's a man. The thing we're supposed to be fearing is a human man. And I do not think that's a spoiler. I think like you can pretty much assume that even from like chapter 2, when they're hearing people like walking in the woods and like outside of their tent and stuff like that, like, you know, it's a human being. So there's this big confrontation with this monster, this thing we're supposed to be fearing. And there's a moment when our protagonist is locked eyes with this man.
And somehow she can see like all of his traumatic past.
Like, it literally said like,
Nina locked eyes with him and she understood that his mother abandoned him at a young age and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah.
And I'm like, how? Because no. I get it, like everyone has a past and like that's what she's trying to say. And I know Stephanie Perkins was trying to give background on these characters for absolutely no reason at all, because they're not sympathetic and like we don't need to know how they became to be how they are. But anyway, this magical transfer of information happens through their eyeballs. And Miss Perkins goes on to try to be our feminist #MeToo queen, which if this was done well, would have been great. But because it went badly, it's just like the biggest insult to women everywhere, in my opinion. Like, I feel like when an author takes a thriller and tries to have social commentary in it, it's gonna go one of two ways. It's gonna be really amazing and really effective and have this really subtle but strong message, or it's going to go so the other direction, which is just completely performative and borderline insulting, in my opinion. And this book made me so fucking mad. I don't give out a 1-star a lot. A book has to really make me mad for me to do that, and this one did, because of the blatant, I wouldn't even call it commentary that was in this book. It was just like tactless claims about how men suck. It wasn't going into like the nuance of why, you know, we should listen to survivors, and it was not nuanced at all in that way. It was just like,
yeah, fuck men.
which is like, I can get behind that sometimes in a story, but the way that this was done was just not done well, in my opinion. And now I'm going to get into some very light to medium spoilers. So if you do want to read this book, go ahead and mute for the next few minutes. I don't recommend you read this book, so just listen to these spoilers, please, because I feel like I have to tell you, like, it's absolutely ridiculous. So Stephanie Perkins is trying to get us to believe like these women are strong and it's all about like the resiliency of women and blah, 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 blah. And the girls cannot even save themselves in this survival situation. She didn't have some like survival story of these girls who seemed like weak and dumb, and then they were able to like pull it out at the end, which I don't know how we would have believed that if that was the route that she was trying to go, because they could barely follow a trail. So I don't know how they would get themselves out of a survival situation. But if she went that route, it would be less believable. Well, no, the route she went was completely unbelievable, but it wouldn't be believable, but it would be acceptable in my eyes. But Miss Perkins decided to bail these girls out using a bear. You heard me right.
In the final confrontation, these two teenage girls are gonna die, be murdered by these men. And they have to be saved by a bear running out of the woods and eating the men.
How is this a story for feminism, for women, for the strength of survivors? Like, how are you going to be trying to go down that route and then have these girls like be bailed out by a bear? I just don't understand how that connects. It was so ridiculous and there was no nuance in any of the characters whatsoever. So it just felt so flat and like she was really trying to do something that just absolutely failed. And it's a 1 star and I don't believe that even YA readers should read this. I think this book is for no one other than the trash can. I will not even be putting this in a little free library because I don't want somebody to pick it up. I'm going to take this to Half Price Books, get my few pennies back that I spent on this book. And if somebody wants to pay for it, you know, that's their prerogative, but I hated this book. So now for the rest of my day, I have to run Mochi to the vet because, you know, he has issues. We gotta go. Nothing's like horribly wrong, but it's Mochi. He has to go to the vet often. And then I'm going to this like super cute world-renowned breakfast place that's like an hour away from my house with one of my friends, and she's like taking me for my graduation like celebration, and she's gonna give me like gifts. So I'm very excited for that. She's like, I have a Christmas present, and I'm like, girl, I don't have yours yet, but I will have it, but I'm excited to get mine. So that's what I have planned for my morning. Hopefully I will get to dyeing for Christmas at some point, and I will update you when I do.
Little buddy, did you do a good job at the vet? You're so mad at me, huh? You did a good job.
Hello vlog. I'm with Bailey, bestie, queen. She has presents for me.
Okay, does she know me or does she know me?
Hello, it's Christmas magic. Thank you, queen. Y'all, I just literally ate so much food. Oh my God. I forgot to take any vlog clips because we were literally just eating so much and like catching up. We hadn't seen each other in a really long time. So, oh my God, I'm like in a food coma right now. I can't breathe. Okay, I had a huge breakfast, literally. Let me just try to remember what I ate. I ate a donut. I ate a piece of chocolate pie. I ate a chicken fried steak with biscuits and gravy, hash browns, 2 eggs, and I think that's it. But like, that's a lot. So your girl is in a coma. I'm gonna go home and lay for as long as possible before I go out to see my next friend on the docket. I feel like I've been so busy trying to catch up with people this week since I'm finally done being a hermit out of grad school. So let's go do that. Hello vlog, I'm back. I had a super fun day today. I've been having kind of a chill night at home with the dogs, and I got about 30% of the way through dyeing for Christmas. And y'all, this book is dark. If you are looking for a book that is dark and disturbing to read during the holidays, why would you want to do that? I don't know. If you're a reader like me, you want to read something holiday because you're a seasonal reader, but you also only read dark, graphic horror thrillers. And this is the perfect mix of both of those so far. The whole kidnapping dynamic is just so chilling and creepy. Just the way that it's done is like, ugh, like it gives me the shivers. This guy,
Mochi, you're gonna have to stop snorting.
this guy, the antagonist in this book, is horrifying. Like, he reminds me of Jack from Behind Closed Doors because he's just so like evil and disgusting, and the torture that he's putting her through is so intense, and we're kind of trying to figure out why he's doing it. He's kind of revealing more of his psychology the more that she is trapped with him. And I really like the inclusion of that psychology stuff. Our main character, our protagonist, also talks a lot about being in therapy, and I think that representation is really well done. She talks about some things that her therapist has told her and the way that she talks to her and things like that, and it's like so true to life and how I would carry out a therapeutic relationship with my clients. So that's really cool to see that, and to see that she is thinking about that, and those tools that she learned in therapy is really helping her through this traumatic situation. So we're following that perspective, obviously, but we also have another perspective that I didn't know about, and it is this woman who is the investigator looking into our main character's disappearance, and she also has some personal like family stuff going on. So I'm interested to see how those two storylines are going to connect and come together. This has been super fast paced so far. I feel like I'm flying through it, and I can't wait to read more. So I will probably update you again around the halfway point. Okay, I'm back, and I have reached the 50% mark already. This is a super fast-paced book, and it is really disturbing. Make sure to look up trigger warnings if you want to read this. I'm definitely very intrigued. This one has my attention. I did not expect it to be this intense. There's some super like creepy stomach-churning stuff about food, and it's not even like the torture is like she has to eat gross things. It's like she's eating normal things. It's just either like just like such a gross amount that it makes you sick, or like barely any, so it's not even satisfying, where she has to like watch him eat after being starved. Oh my god, it is so just like psychological. However, I do see something weird kind of on the horizon that I'm not sure how it's gonna pan out, because it's been mentioned a couple times that our main character like hears voices, or as a child she like talked to imaginary friends who weren't there, and like I just really hope there's no mental health plot twist in here, because that would just ruin a book that I'm actually really enjoying right now. And I was actually praising the therapy rep earlier, so let's pray that does not happen on the latter half of the book. Before I go, I did want to show you what is in my book of the month this month, because I just got it in the mail. So for December, my book of the month choice was A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. I think this is a debut thriller. It's about 6 teenage girls who go missing, and 20 years later, our main character is a psychologist getting ready for her wedding, and she feels out of control. And when another local teenage girl goes missing, and then another, the terrifying summer of her past comes crashing back. So obviously it's like the missing girl thing from the past and the present, which I love that trope in thrillers. Then I have this iconic pick as an add-on that you guys have been begging me to read. I'm doing a full reading vlog, dedicated reading vlog for this book in January, so get excited for that in the new year. I already know I'm gonna be obsessed with this one. And then I ended up getting another add-on. I got Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby, just because I've heard so many of my friends rave about this one and I needed it. And then of course we have some stickers and a bookmark and this little thing that says congratulations to the 4 wins for being the book of the year, which should have been Malibu Rising in my opinion, but we're not going to talk about controversy right now. So I'm not sure if I'm done reading for tonight or if I'll read any more. I kind of want to just watch Christmas movies and drink hot chocolate, and Cameron just got home, so I'm not trying to read while he's here. But when I read next, I will let you know. It's the next morning, and I wanted to show you something concerning. What is this? Y'all gotta stop sending me books. I gotta stop buying books, because what the fuck? I got this cart to be organized, and now this host covering up my pictures. Like, what the heck? What this? There's stuff back there. There's stuff right here. Look at all this. Oh my god. This shit is getting out of hand. Hello vlog, I am now 75% of the way through Dying for Christmas. I've been reading a lot this morning, just having a chill morning, doing some editing, some reading, drinking my tea. It's very gloomy outside, so I'm feeling those vibes, and I don't know. I was planning on running errands and going to the gym and like doing things today, but this book is really good. And I kind of just want to sit here and read it and then see where the rest of my day takes me, because there was a huge twist at the part 2 mark. Like, as soon as we got into part 2, so much was revealed. This is not just like your standard kidnapping story. This is so much more than that. We started figuring out that our narrator is unreliable, which added a very interesting aspect to the story. So obviously I'm not going to give spoilers, but just know that this is so much more than that, and I'm really enjoying it. It is super fast-paced and easy to read. I feel like I just need to know what happens and how everything is connected. So yeah, that's pretty much all for my update. I can't wait to finish this and get back to you with my final rating. Hello vlog, I have finished Dying for Christmas. This book has totally consumed my entire day today. Also, sorry that we are in our old vlogging position. That is my setup back there, but I had some stuff going on. I was like shooting some other content and it got mixed around, and I was too lazy to set it back up for updating you, so we're back on the floor. But anyway, I finished Dying for Christmas. I'm gonna give this book 4 stars. It was on track to be a really highly rated read, like maybe even a 5-star if the ending hit right. But unfortunately, the ending was just a little bit too open. You guys know, if you've been watching my channel for a while, I don't really like open endings. I want you to tell me what happened, or I want you to tell me enough so I can figure out what happened. And I feel like there just was a smidge not enough. Also, I feel like we were coming to the end of the story with only like 15 or 20 pages to go. So the last few events just felt really rushed. Maybe if we would have had another, I don't know, 15 to 20 pages of story, it would have been a little bit better and maybe bumped up to a 4.5. But as it stands, it's a 4-star. It was very enjoyable if you're looking for a Christmas thriller. It had some really great twists, which I'm obviously not going to get into because this is no spoilers, but if you're a thriller lover, especially a lover of like dark graphic thrillers, I think you will really like this one. The investigator perspective did not drag it for me, which sometimes that happens when there's like a police perspective, but I liked this particular police lady. I think it helped that it was a woman investigator. So yeah, that is my take on Dying for Christmas by Tammy Cohen. I definitely want to check out more books from this author, so if you've read anything by her that you've enjoyed, let me know down below. And the next book I'm going to pick up is Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. We're jumping back into romance after the horror of Dying for Christmas. This is a romance following a woman who just gets recently like out of jail, I think. She was walking by this window display and she tells a man on the street, like, that window display sucks. It is so bad. And he starts talking to her about it, and soon she realizes that this is actually the owner of the department store, and he ends up giving her a chance, giving her a job at the department store doing the window displays, and then they strike up a romance together. This sounds very Hallmarky, but knowing Tessa Bailey, she's one of my favorite romance authors, and knowing her, this is going to be steamy and funny and charming and probably everything I want in a holiday romance. So very excited to get into this one, but before I do, I've been just lazing around the house all day and I feel like I need to get out. So I'm gonna go on a run and I'll be back with hopefully an update on window shopping eventually, if I decide to read when I get back. If I don't, who knows when I'll see you, but I'll see you in about 0.2 seconds. Just kidding, editing Haley here. This is actually going to be part 1 of this vlog because the rest of this footage is just ridiculously way too long. It's already getting too long at this point, so editing Haley is making the executive decision to split this up into 2 vlogs. You'll get to see part 2 in a couple days. And as for now, thank you for watching this ridiculously long part 1, and I will see you in part 2. Bye.